Moving on with the checkup. Blade. It's been delayed indefinitely. The film no longer has a release date. Marvel Studios also announced release dates for 3 films coming in 2028. That's going to be post Doomsday and post Secret Wars. Maybe X-Men, maybe solo projects for the X-Men. We shall see. Untitled for now for February, May, and November. 3 movies coming in 2028. Doomsday, by the way, is going to begin filming in the spring, in theaters May 2026. Blade, though, that's the conversation right now. We were fearful, but not totally shocked that this was going to get the indefinitely delayed moniker on Twitter, and it's here. Indefinitely delayed. Ricky, are we ever going to see Blade?
It's over. It's over. It's done. I think we will not see a Blade movie in the 2020s.
What percentage chance do you see it ever happening? Ever?
We'll get a Blade movie
with Mahershala Ali.
Oh, 0. I think it's done.
Whoa. Okay.
No.
Zero.
Here's what should happen. Mahershala Ali's been disrespected. Again, this is a cultural, impactful superhero. What he's done, like Wesley Snipes on the big screen, turn of the century, obviously African-American culture, obviously the dawn of the superhero era, or like, Batman, Robin struggling. Here comes Blade. Spider-Man after that. Like, huge, impactful cultural moment was Blade, right? You need to redo it. There's gonna be another Blade movie at some point. But because of that, and Mahershala Ali coming off of 2 Oscars, he can get any job in the world. And he says, you know what? I'm going to be Blade. I will come to you, Kevin Feige. Right? And this is the same of that period where Christian Bale comes to the MCU. Kate Blanchett just joined the MCU. Right? All these big-time, A-list, prestige actors. I know Christian Bale did Batman, but he was past a superhero, which makes my point even more. Why go back to a superhero? You already passed it. It's like, oh, why am I'm joining you? And you disrespect him time and time again. He will never be Blade. He won't do it. He has no choice. And I think where he does have a choice, he could be spiteful. He could be spiteful. You know what? Join the dark side. Join James Gunn, go to the DCU, and be Martian Manhunter. That is where he should go, Dr. Rowe. We already have a Jon Stewart, but Martian Manhunter is where Mahershala Ali should go.
And literally, he maybe should be Darkseid. He would be a great voice for it. I think that would be awesome. I know it's hard to do Darkseid after we got the Snyder Cut, but Ricky, I am all in on this take from you. Who is the last person to do this when they switch over from the MCU to DC? And because they have a sour taste, right, from their relationship with the MCU, it was James Gunn when he went over to DC after the discovery of older tweets. He gets fired for Guardians of the Galaxy 3. He goes over to DC. They fire over a bag. He makes the Suicide Squad. Marvel says sorry. He comes to do Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. So right here, Mahershala Ali, you have script after script. They can't get a simple Blade movie off the ground. You're seeing potential vampire movies be greenlit left and right now. When you're thinking Ryan Coogler, when you're thinking potentially Christopher Nolan, although a rumor, you can't get Blade happening with all this source material here. Go to DC. Join James Gunn, who did the same exact thing. And maybe when Marvel has their crap together, you can go back. But once again, indefinitely delayed. Guardians of the Galaxy 3 was never indefinitely delayed. That indefinitely, we talked about it. That is a death sentence. You know what? The Channing Tatum Gambit movie was delayed indefinitely, And we are close to being, I don't think they've used that word yet for Blade. Like Blade starring Mahershala Ali has been delayed indefinitely. That is a death sentence. That's like call it quits, right? Have zero hope. I think all of a sudden the chances of that movie happening goes down to 10%. Ricky Foots, I'm all in on this. Bring him over to DC. Treat him like the king he actually is. 2-time Oscar winner. Do the right thing.
And there's another big takeaway from this that I think we need to address. And it's not good for the MCU. Something that they've, they're known for. I think this is the poster child of, or the death sentence, if you want to keep using that analogy, of the MCU post credit scene. They mean nothing anymore. This means nothing. We have actually seen Mahershala Ali as Blade in the MCU. We've actually seen it in a post-credit scene. You know who else we saw in a post-credit scene? Kit Harington. You know, in the same
The
movie
same scene.
the same scene. And you know who else we saw? Harry Styles. Like, will that
Star
movie ever
Fox.
happen?
Pip the Troll.
Never. God, what? Kang the Conqueror. Sorry,
Council of
Kang.
Kangs.
Yes, we're never gonna see that. Like, there's so many others that you could probably help me out with, but like, my God, we are done. Like, I am done. Like, oh my God, the MCU post-credit scene. I'm not actually done. I'm just saying that right now because I'm mad and I'm ranting. But my God, they have lost significance. That's what I'll say. They are not as important as they used to be anymore. And you have lost our trust. You've lost the audience's trust with your post-credit scenes.
Shang-Chi has like the council of like the remaining Avengers, like probably talking about the 10 rings. I don't even remember what that post-credit scene was, but I assume it was going to connect to potentially the Kang Dynasty. We were discussing it previously. Post-credits that happen in phase 1, 2, and 3, if they're just comedic and they're funny, okay, whatever. If they tease something, this is about the execution and the organization of the MCU when it was firing at all cylinders. They knew that this post credit was going to matter. Post credits are unreliable. They're firing off at about 50% in the recent MCU projects. That shows me all the chaos that's happening and the lack of success. When it comes to the staple of an MCU movie, people wait at the end for 10, 15 minutes. And now to know that those post-credit scenes may not lead to shit, they lose luster. They lose luster, Ricky Flex. Will this mean that people stop waiting at the end of Marvel movies? Probably not as we go towards Doomsday and Secret Wars, but there is a lack of trust a little bit with these post-credit scenes. I can't believe Eternals has 2 that didn't even have further implications, at least won't for a long, long time. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 has 5, and they all deliver, which is nuts.
It kind of, like you said, it symbolizes the misexecution of these post-credit scenes, shows you the lack of organization and structure the MCU has had post-Endgame.
Yeah.
It's a clear example. And it's a great analogy, or it's a great symbolism for what's happened to Marvel. And I think where we were at the height of superhero fandom and expectations were at the height, and it was just so hard to meet those. And they're trying all these different things to get us even more engaged. You get arguably the best working actor on the planet, or a consistently active working actor in the planet, to be Blade, a culturally significant figure, superhero and also bringing it back from the Fox universe that you just bought for $68 billion. You have the hype of Fantastic Four coming. You have the hype of X-Men coming back, right? It's just miss after miss with these post-credit scenes. So, hey, I know people that didn't see Deadpool Wolverine. I know it made $1 billion, that didn't see it, and they just waited for it to come on streaming. If you don't have that post-credit scene waiting around in theaters, more of a reason to stay at home. So, again, a great example of where the MCU has fallen over the past 5 years. But maybe with Doomsday, again, I'm trying to do a spin zone for them. Maybe with Doomsday, they're starting to get reorganized post Kang debacle. Maybe we can get some good post credit scenes after Captain America into Fantastic Four, into Doomsday. I don't know. I'm being hopeful.
Yeah, like it seems like the projects are upping it in stakes. Less emphasis on the TV shows. It seems like less emphasis on the new heroes. Let's get back to old, reliable, all right, people, familiar faces we know. Hence the casting of Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom. Boom. That just says it all right there.